Hello, my students, how are you? So today we are going to complete reading the story. Prudy's little sister started putting together collections of her own. Oh, said Egbert, eyeing Eva's little piles of pine twigs and used toothbrush. So here, this is Prudy's sister, Prudy's little sister. Her name is Eva, okay? She started what here? Can you see? Use toothbrush, twigs. So here are the twigs. So here the word the twigs means branches of trees. Eyeing means seeing or watching. So let's complete. Prudy, how about if you packed everything all up and stuffed it into a rocket and sent it to Neptune? Yeah, that would solve your problem, agreed Harold with Belinda. There is no problem, shouted Prudy. But Prudy herself found that she could barely get to her desk to feed her mice. So barely means hardly. So she cannot or she hardly can get or can go to her desk to feed her mice. Let's draw a conclusion after she collects everything and a lot of things. Then also she does not say that she had a problem. What we have at the end of this? Exactly, the collection are too big. Do you think Prudy has a problem? Yes, we think that Prudy, she has exactly a problem because the things in her collection are out of control. What are the details that support this idea that it's a problem? Here we have she could barely, her mom can barely walk through the living room, and Prudy also can barely get to her desk to feed the mice, okay? So here we have details that support the main idea. She could not even get out of her room without sitting an avalanche of one thing or another. And then one day, while Prudy was walking home from school, something shiny caught her eyes. Here the word avalanche means a large amount of something that is falling quickly, like the waterfall. Do you know the waterfall? Shh. Okay, it's the same thing. She had a lot of things that she has to put them away from her away. Okay. Okay, it was a silver gum wrapper. Can you see? She leans to get this silver gum wrapper. So the word wrapper means cover. I must take this home for my shiny things collection, she thought. She ran home and tried to squeeze it into her room. Can you see? Her room is full of things. So she's trying to put them inside her room. Okay, her room is full of stuff. Something started to happen. The walls started to bulge. What else? The door started to strain at the hinges. Can you see the hinges? Here's the hinges. Okay, so the doors start to become like round shape, to become like a ball, about to bump. The hinges, can you see the hinges here? They are now strains. The pressure was building higher and higher, like a balloon. When you blow actually a balloon, what happened? Blow more. Then at the end, boom, it's going to explode. Here, let's see, Prudy's problem cannot hold any stuff anymore, even if a small piece of paper. Prudy's collection was spread over her room. The illustration shows that all of the things are starting to spread over Prudy's room. You see here, bang! The room exploded with an enormous. Exploded means to break apart. Here, let's see, the illustration shows us that Prudy and her family and the things from her collections flying through the air. The burst of yellow and white is in the middle of the illustration shows. Here you see, this is the burst, shows the explosion. Okay, here breaking into bits and pieces, stuff flew everywhere. As you can see, Prudy herself is also flying. Dogs, papers, a snowman here. The main idea is that Prudy's room exploded because she had too much stuff in it. Holy smokes, said Prudy. I guess maybe I do have a little problem, can you see? After her room exploded, now she admits that, okay, maybe a little problem. For 6 weeks, everyone pitched in to gather Prudy's scattered collection. Now what, Prudy? Said her family. Now what, Prudy? Said her friends. I'm working on it, said Prudy. Prudy looked around for inspiration. So now she's trying to find idea what she's going to do with all of these stuff for actually. She visited an art collection. She visited a fish collection. Can you see here the pictures? She visited a rock collection. She went to the library to find ideas. Okay? At last, after many hours of scrutinizing stacks of books, she came up with a brilliant idea. So here, after many hours of what? Of scrutinizing, she looked, or here the word is scrutinizing means to search and to look in books and so on. So here the word pitched means to start do something as part of a group. Here inspiration, she looks for an idea, sudden and amazing idea. Scrutinizing means to discover information. Stacks, where do she want to discover information in? Shelves of books, actually, in the library. Brilliant idea means a good and smart idea to do with her collection. Why do you think that Prudy does not want to admit that she has a problem at first? Why? Here, Prudy enjoyed collecting things and she didn't want to get rid of them, as her dad and mom said. She does not want to face reality because even after her room exploded, she said she had a little problem. With saws whirring and hammers bounding, everyone set to work. Prudy finally realized that she had a problem. Here we have to draw a conclusion about Prudy's plan. What do you think is going to happen after those details that you have read here? All of these pictures about Prudy. What's going to happen at the end? It looks like Prudy visits an art museum. This is also another detail. I think her plan is to create a more organized way to display her collection. The Prudy Museum of Indescribable Wonderment. This is the name of her collection. The Prudy Museum of Indescribable Wonderment was an amazing sight to behold. Everyone wanted to go visit. Here the word indescribable, we took it the first day. Impossible to describe. That means it's so amazing. Um, Everyone wanted to go visit. Within a year, it was the biggest tourist attraction in in Prudy's town. So when other people come from other towns, they want to come to visit Prudy's museum, or the Prudy Museum of the Indescribable Wonderments. Okay, look at that, Egbert Belinda Belinda. Did you ever realize how many kinds of gym socks there are? I had no idea cheese rinds could be so fascinating, said Prudy mother. Can I go to the gift shop? Said Eve. You see here? Also, her friends are so happy from her collection. Friends, here the covers of the covering part of the cheese. At last, Prudy's collections were neat and orderly and appreciated by everyone. Appreciated by everyone. Now she could sit back and enjoy the museum and all her room visitors. But she could never really stop collecting. Here we have the word neat, means tidy and in a good way. This is the end of our story. See you next time, inshallah.